Alright guys, we're here on the Exchange Podcast 4. Actually, Dylan, let's give an update. What we decided last week was it's just a little too much work for us to have to do this 5 days in a week. So we're going to cut this to 3 days. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Preferably Q&A on Monday and Wednesday, and then on Friday we'll do our interview with entrepreneur, actor. Yeah, we're gonna get one in. Musician, whatever, sports, anything. We'll interview a lot of people that are either gone from the profession into that business or have a mindset of getting into the entrepreneur side and pick their brain, see what kind of hustle they're going through, or any problems, or any advice that they can give to anyone that's starting.
So we had some startup related questions today, so I'm kind of going along on that theme.
Mm-hmm.
First question today from Nelvin. Entrepreneurs made or born? Why or why not? If made, what made them the person that they are today?
I'm not born. I'm made as an entrepreneur. My family, meaning my immediate family, my mom and dad, they were not entrepreneurs, but my grandparents were. But my grandparents were not in Canada, so for me it was learned. I don't know how I got into it. I really don't know. Can't really? Even tell you that. Can't even. Parts of me think it's because of my uncles and my grandfather. Whenever I went and visited them in Australia, some will come from there, others will come from just people I surrounded myself with. I have no idea how it started.
You don't think there was an element within you that manifested in a certain way?
I think there was. I think deep down there was, but it wasn't the norm for me. So just getting started and liking everything about it, and it just had me going, and that was it. If I was to go and start a job and work for somebody, I would probably hate it. Not probably, I know I'll hate it. This is my only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So yeah, that could be whatever that is, though. Did you learn that? Did you get that feeling from working at a job? Did you always have that feeling? Was it something that sparked you?
No, actually, I enjoyed when I was working at Ford, and my boys were there. We were hanging out. You're fixing cars with them during the daytime, snowboarding in the weekends, hanging out, going out at nighttime. It was fun times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it came from. So for me, it was made. It was not born with it. And once I tasted it, I loved it, and then I continued learning and picking people's brains and continue doing that.
It's natural progression.
It's natural progression now.
So do you say to people that say that entrepreneurship is in their blood, or it's in people's DNA, that you're either born an entrepreneur or not? You're a testament to the opposite.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think there's a lot of people that probably born entrepreneur, and when they're younger they were doing some hustle and things were easy, and then all of a sudden they hit the 20s and 30s and 40s, and the money is not coming in steadily. It's bigger grind, and it's sometimes for them it's easier to go and work for somebody else and be a general manager or operations person, and that I think, and I've seen that side too. Mm-hmm. I've seen people that born in families that were full-on business owners, and they owned all these businesses, and the kids did not. They had a mindset like that throughout the teens and the 20s, but now I look at them and they're working for somebody else.
Yeah. Next question from Andre. How much sleep are you averaging each night?
5 to 6. Actually, I just responded back to a comment on Facebook and Instagram where I was saying when I get 8 hours, I'm overly tired throughout the day. But when I'm hitting 5 to 6, I think 6 is my sweet spot. When I hit 6 solid hours of sleep, I'm fine. I can function well.
Mm-hmm.
But more than that, like for me, getting 10, 12, that's rare. And if I get that, that means I really needed it.
But by 6, you're fine with 6.
I'm fine with 6. I'm fine with 5.
Yeah.
If I get 5 to 6, I'm wired. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no napping for me throughout the day. You're laughing like I nap here.
No, I just had that image. It'd be funny. Just
Or me napping?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting
I
here
used to
in the
nap a
oven.
lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to parents driving a car, I fall asleep and
well.
then on the couch and, watching TV and I'm out and now nothing. It's just, go, just on the go. Weekends, when I have some downtime, if I ever do, I don't even nap.
It's usually a testament then to if you've just found your rhythm, you're eating healthy, you're exercising.
Not exercise. For me, it's the eating. It's the eating
Yeah.
to feed the machine, not to. I don't want to eat to slow me down. Hence, no pizzas for me. That shit just slows me down. So much carbs and cheese and I don't know what other junk they put in there. It's not for me. But if I have protein, if I have vegetables, I'm good. I'm fired up.
This is actually it's from New Millennia Group is the question. What's the most common mistake new businesses make?
New businesses. Plenty. I think taking a lot of time off in the beginning. I think spending money on things that you really don't need to buy in the beginning. Also, making sure everything is perfect. Nothing's gonna ever be perfect. It's just a matter of starting and doing. And if something tends to work, keep doing it. If it's working, it's working, and continue on. I don't think in the beginning a true entrepreneur takes too much time off. I think they hustle there, but yeah, that's definitely one of them. If they look at entrepreneurship as, let's just say somebody has come from the banking world where they work 9 to 5, and now they come into their own business, that 9 to 5 stuff does not work. If you're getting up at 8 o'clock and coming into the office at 9, and then looking at your clock at 4:30 and punching out, or not punching out, but leaving the office at 5, yeah, you're gonna fail. I think in the beginning there's a lot of work, and sometimes it's Monday to Friday, from the time you're up to the time you go to sleep, it's about work, and then hopefully take the weekends off if you can. I never took weekends off for probably the first 7 years of business, probably even longer than that. Vacation wasn't for a long time. Unless, there's something going close in the family and I got to go to a wedding or there's a funeral, something like that happening, I go, but my laptop follows me and I'm working there. I'm staying at a hotel, I'm actually working until that event comes, go there and then fly back. But it was constantly work.
From Ken. Did you name your company off of a domain search, or were you dead set on the name from the very start?
I always chose my company name and then I searched for the domain. I've changed my company name multiple times. The holding company never changed the name, but TFS has changed multiple times.
What were some of the original names or first names?
For TFS? I think it was like Commercial Mortgage Solutions. And then obviously for mortgages, you have to be licensed under somebody else. So I had to have their initials prior to mine, right? But that was for a short-term period. Once that was gone, then I don't remember. I think Commercial Financing Solutions was one of them. I don't remember, Dylan. There's a bunch of different names. I just remember probably 2 or 3 times. And I might rebrand again.
How important do you think is getting the name off the bat?
I think brand is very important. Even if you don't nail it in the beginning. Like in the beginning, if you use a name like, Total Mortgage or Total Financing Solutions is based on one thing, and if the company changes from financing over to like wedding planner or something like that, obviously the name will have to change then. It is important. It is your brand, but like I won't spend too much time on really nailing that. I know people just sit there for like 6 months just trying to figure out a name. I can't start the company because the name's not cool enough. I'll run off off a numbered company.
Yeah.
I don't, me. I don't really care about the brand side. I worry about it more now than ever before. But in the beginning, I never did.
Remember, I was talking with someone about Cybuck, and similar to what you have with Total Financing Solutions, someone was saying, "Oh, I don't get the name Cybuck. Like, I don't like it. Doesn't mean anything." I was like, "Okay, what would be your advice, or what would be your name?" And there's something like Media Solutions, or something like that. And I just said, I don't think that's, you create a brand out of the name. So you have Total Financing Solutions. Is that something?
I
like
didn't
you
start.
said-
I didn't use that for a brand. This started way before any branding and marketing stuff that I did.
Right.
If I knew that I was gonna somewhat brand and push this, I would not change that name. I would not use that name. It's just not appealing. But it was appealing to. There's so many searches. They know what I do.
Yeah.
Right. Financing would be loans or lending or somewhere along that line, and it fit. And the reason I changed from commercial is because I started doing a lot of other types of deals, hence construction financing or business financing. So commercial just did not work, so Total worked.
This is from Nwanganga. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Okay, Wong, we'll go with
Nwan.
Nwan.
Let's just say Nwan.
okay.
Does it make sense for a small company or startup to brand an official car with company name, especially when the name is not a website to which they want people to visit?
So let's just say the company is Total Financing Solutions and the website is Sunil Prasad, something like that. Anyways, hey, look, I however you can advertise, I would say advertise. If you want to, brand out your vehicle and drive it around, and there's hundreds of thousands or millions of people watching that vehicle, and you're branding with your telephone number, your name, your wherever you're from, your WhatsApp number or Facebook page or website, I would do it. It's free advertising. After once you put it up there, that's your only cost. Yeah, there's nobody's gonna drive around and follow you and follow you home and get out the car. That's pretty creepy. Right? But if somebody's driving around and they see your name on it or pill for sale or whatever it is, and they have a website to go to or a number to contact, it's a great thing.
What's the best thing that you have done for your business? It's from 15 Minutes Radio.
Best thing I did for my, I would say building the personal brand and podcasting and vlogging and running ads and all this stuff. I think this is the best stuff I've did. But I would go deeper than that. I think the best stuff, as Sunil has done, is actually personal development, and then it changed the whole mindset of my business. How I look at things, how I approach things, how I talk to people, how I listen, how everything affects me. I think that's more of a deeper thing is what I did on myself and fixing all my shit.
That allows all the other shit to fall into place.
Yeah, and then everything else somewhat fell into place. Mm-hmm. And if it hasn't yet, then it's just a matter of working on a little more. But I know what the default is now, and as long as that is clean and clear, crystal clear, I'm happy. I'll get far.
From Nora. Does my startup need to hire a marketing or PR agency now or wait?
Does she say what kind of business?
No.
Wait. You're your own PR in the beginning. You don't need a PR agency in the beginning. I think it's just you're deploying your capital into something that you can do yourself. When you have the funds there to afford it and then do it, then I would say, again, it depends on what kind of business.
Yeah.
Right. If you're gonna get a PR firm to run like a mortgage or real estate company or a plumbing company, I think it's just too early. I think you're better off running ads. But if you're, I guess, media, maybe even fashion, right? Then I would. It just depends on your business.
And this is an interesting, kind of middle ground because it's mandatory, really, if you want to find success in your business, to be on social media, to be out there maybe producing content and whatnot. What if maybe you're not good at it, but you want to do it anyways? Where does this line get drawn, I guess?
You know what? Then team up with somebody. If somebody is going to school and has a PR communications background and doesn't have the mindset for business, I would team up and give a certain percentage of your company to them so they can focus on growing the business, the PR side, and you can focus on growing your business. Mm-hmm. That might be one of the ways, and that's probably something I would look into as well.
Do you think it's important to have top-notch content on your social media? If you're going to be
what do you mean,
it?
Top-notch as in creative or top-notch as in content, like really good content?
Both. The content is a given. You want value there and whatnot. But in terms of of the creative?
I think creative has to be there. Look, there's industries, fashion industry, where I think the creative has to be pretty high up. But in plumbing, I don't think it has to be. Right? I think if you're selling to a certain demographic, I don't think the quality has to be really top up there. But I think service business, I don't think you need too much of the creativity side. I think it's more of the information going out there. But I think more products and higher end products, I think the creativity has to really be there.
But do you think it would still make a difference in the demographics that don't demand that quality? Do you think it's still valuable to maybe have that quality?
Yeah, like if everyone else is doing subpar and you're coming in and kicking ass and things are looking good, obviously you're going to be driving a lot more traffic. But at the end of the day, is it going to be bringing in more dollars? So you're looking at business. Is it going to be bringing in more clients? And if the answer is no, then I would tone that back a bit.
From Patrice, what do you think? Start now, get perfect later, or perfect before start?
Start now, get perfect later. It's I've said this multiple times, and even on this podcast here, I don't worry about being perfect. I worry about starting, and then I can fix stuff and come back. And I like to see it gradual. I like to see, I fucked up somewhere like 2 months ago. Like, oh, okay, and now it's at a different level because I made the mistake, we corrected it, and we're moving forward. I like seeing that. If I see everything perfect in the beginning and we have to slow down or for whatever reason, you just don't see the growth.
And you can't grow.
And you can't.
Otherwise,
No.
From Anis, or Anis, last question. How do I shift from the talker phase to the doer phase?
By doing. Talker to doing.
In brackets, he added, it's not that easy.
I don't know. I think it's easy. I think it's just like putting your head down and getting to work. Maybe talking for Anis is a procrastination rather than getting up and getting to work. Even though I talk a lot, I think I work a lot. I think I work more than I actually talk. I talk a lot of shit while I'm working, but I just like it. I just like, talking shit. Yeah, so he's thinking he's procrastinating, and time to put everything back.
It's like, look, I know I need to do this. I've got all this in place, and I'm ready to go. And then
now it's time to do it.
Nothing happens though. Yeah,
it's hard. That's gonna be.
Is that just coming from something? It's holding someone back, or is it...
I think so. I think it's probably holding something. Maybe fear to fail. Maybe fear of what other people think. Maybe I don't physically or mentally think I'm ready to do this. What happens if this doesn't work and I can't eat or pay the mortgage or pay the rent, whatever. I think there's a lot of things that come across somebody's mind, and probably anxiety. And at that stage, you just gotta, I think, just put all the negative stuff. How about if it doesn't work? How about things do change? You're never gonna know unless you try it. The worst part is that sitting back 5 years later and like, shit, if I did that then, where would I be today? Right? And even if you fail, at least you tried. That's the thing. Like if you just sit there and do nothing, nothing's gonna happen. But if you do something, two things gonna happen. Either you're gonna win, and most likely you're gonna win, or you're gonna fail. And if you do, check that off and say, I did it. I tried. And it didn't work out for me. Nothing wrong with that.
But like we were talking about before, there was always something learned there.
There's always something learned, yeah. If it didn't work, then you just learned something. You might become a mentor. Not a coach, because you tried something.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's all I got for you.
Awesome. All right, guys, keep the questions coming. Till next time.